Chancellor, Sir George Allen, Vice Chancellor, Professor E. Nigel Harris, His Excellency, Sir Cuthbert Sebastian, Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, Her Excellency, Dame Louise Lictac, Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda, His Excellency, Mr. Eliud T. Williams, President of Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Williams, the Honorable Winston Baldwin Spencer, Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, the Honorable Nigel Carty, Minister of Education and Information, St. Kitts and Nevis, other ministers of government, Professor Hazel Simmons MacDonald, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Open Campus, Professor Gordon Shirley, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Mona Campus, Professor Clement Sankat, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the St. Augustine Campus, Professor Vivian Roberts, Deputy Principal of the Open Campus, Professor Eudine Barito, Deputy Principal of the Caville Campus, members of the Open Campus Council, members of the senior administrative and professional staff of the University of the West Indies, other members of staff of the University of the West Indies, honorary graduates, the graduating class of 2012, family of the graduating class, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. This extract from the poem, The Ladder of St. Augustine, by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, is a simple but fitting description of our collective experiences culminating in this graduation ceremony. It is with great honor and humility that I stand before you, the graduating class of 2012, to deliver this valediction. It felt like a heartless prank that after completing final exams and catching up on much-needed sleep, the Open Campus gave me one more assignment, and by far the most difficult. In retrospect, this is the beauty of the UWI Open Campus, providing challenges to inspire us to achieve. When I rose to the challenge of writing this speech, I sincerely hoped that I would be able to personify the sentiments of you, the graduating class, as we journeyed as members of the Open Campus family. I was daunted by the prospect of not attaining my dream of a university education because of my status as a single mother and missing out on the key milestones of my then infant, in addition to the high cost of studying overseas. With aging parents who were unable to provide financial support, I was left with no choice but to continue as a trained teacher. As if in response to my prayers, the Open Campus was established, but it was not until 2009 that I submitted my application. Life as a part-time student and full-time employee was not easy. Although such a situation was not new to me, this time an infant was now part of my life. From the start, I knew that a routine had to be established, one where all factors in my life were given the necessary attention. Such a routine entailed getting ready for work from 5 a.m. to catch the bus for 6, for the hour and 15-minute commute to my workplace, leaving work at 3:30 p.m. to catch the bus for the hour trip back home, spending time with my daughter while completing chores and preparing for the next day, then getting to bed by 9 in order to be up by 2 a.m. to study until 5. To this day, I am baffled. I don't understand how I did it, but I guess the good Lord knows. As with any undertaking, there were hiccups. The routine was not achieved from the onset, but with support from my mother and my faithful alarm clock, my body adjusted to the changes being forced upon it. With time and a little conditioning, I was able to follow through with my routine. I know many of you have similar experiences. The momentum of being on the right track does not last long, as you will be thrown off tangent at the most inopportune moment. I recall the night before mid-semester exam in the first semester of my first year, when my daughter was ill and had to be taken twice to the hospital. As much as my mother tried assisting, the only person my daughter wanted was me. Eventually, I got a break a little after midnight, at which point I was flustered from the day's events and broke into tears. I could not stop crying. It took me nearly an hour to get myself settled and make up for lost time, but I could not help but feel that I was about to fail my first exam. On yet another occasion in my second year, my resilience was tested. Having noted the dates for final exams, I proceeded to completing assignments which were due prior to exams. However, changes were made to the timetable that I had missed. But with luck on my side, I decided to double-check, and to my horror, an exam I anticipated the following week had been rescheduled and would take place in the next 4 hours. I did the only thing I could think of: pray. And in the end, I got an A. These were the first-hand experiences that I was able to share with my own students in the mathematics classroom. These made me humble and human in their eyes. Today, despite the trials and pessimism, I stand proud with my open campus family. I think we all agree that the time spent at the open campus, though challenging, has been a rewarding one. The quality teaching and learning experiences alongside innovative pedagogic design broadened our knowledge base through research and interaction with our peers and e-tutors. Regardless of the program undertaken and the mode of delivery, we all had to make significant adjustments to our daily lifestyles in response to the demands of tertiary level education. As with any successful family unit, the open campus afforded us the opportunity to learn from, and by extension, respect the perspective of others within and outside the region via physical classrooms as well as virtual classrooms transcending time and space. The success we enjoy and celebrate today, though attributed to our perseverance and dedication, would not be possible without the love, support, and understanding of our families and friends. Without a doubt, lifelong friendships were formed within our open campus family as we toiled collaboratively and cooperatively, offered and received support when needed, shared and developed trust through teamwork. All of these processes were critical to the development of the individuals we have become, and at times it felt like we shared a stronger bond with members of our open campus family than with our natural families. For many of us today, we are brought face to face with the angels who helped carry us through. At this point, it would be remiss of me if I did not acknowledge the vital role that the management team played in our individual successes. One of the greatest challenges for me occurred during my second year following the passage of Tropical Storm Thomas. As you know, St. Lucia was badly hit by the storm, with my community of Soufrière being the worst affected. Though no lives were lost from the open campus family, the psychological effects of the aftermath of the storm took its toll on many students. Many of us felt the effects of the infrastructural damage, as interruptions with the internet service meant inaccessibility to the learning exchange. However, all hope was not lost, as the principal and then director of the open campus country sites visited St. Lucia, where meetings were held with students to better understand the difficulties being encountered and to provide assistance in the best possible way. The empathy is indicative of the value of the well-being of students and the dedication of the open campus family in assisting students to achieve their full potential, and was my source of inspiration during a period of uncertainty. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the open campus on behalf of all students in our time of need. This momentous occasion would not be possible without the foresight of key stakeholders of the University of the West Indies to respond to a changing global climate. With over 60 years' experience and direct knowledge of the needs and countries and people of the Caribbean region, the university has adapted its education services through the open campus to benefit and empower more Caribbean people in the countries of the UWI and underserved countries and communities. Thus, the significance of the campus to the region cannot be overemphasized. Being the longest existing regional entity, the university has demonstrated commitment to and plays a significant role in the push towards regionalism. Our very own principle confirmed that when the UWI is considered as one institution instead of individual campuses, its ranking among world universities will be much higher. This declaration must resonate in the minds and hearts of every Caribbean national and translate to regionalism as the best way forward for our Caribbean. Governments around the region, I implore you to continue supporting our university in its service as opposed to promoting national universities which challenge the value of a regional university. Commonality exists among our countries as the tides of the Caribbean Sea wash on every shore. The region must continuously upgrade knowledge and skills for a better future. These opportunities are provided right here by our premier regional university. I urge our governments to demonstrate solidarity as family and strive for the advancement of regionalism as a means of developing and sustaining economic growth. We must not forget the words of our very own Sir William Arthur Lewis: the fundamental cure for poverty is not money, but knowledge. Graduates, we have come to the end of a life-changing experience at an institution which stands proud in its promotion of Caribbean integration, culture, and excellence. Like the University of the West Indies, we have demonstrated resilience in our pursuit of knowledge. This journey does not end with the receipt of our certificates today, but continues upon return to our individual countries. Let us not retreat into the comfort of our personal lives, but become ambassadors of this distinguished institution through the Alumni Association, by inspiring change through service to others, in the hope of reversing the ills of society to create a better region. Let our service inspire prospective students to join our family, to continue the legacy of the great men and women who made this university a light rising from the West. As we bid farewell, I leave you and all Caribbean nationals with the words of author Napoleon Hill, who stated, "Great achievement is usually born of great sacrifice and is never, never the result of selfishness." I thank you.